Hi, we have Mike here with us today, and he's going to talk about his experience working with linkers. To start off, could you quickly introduce yourself and your company?
Yeah, so my name is Mike Maitland. I have a company called TEFL Heaven, TEFL Heaven, and we recruit people to teach English abroad in 9 different countries all around the world. And we've been doing it for about 16 years.
Wow, 16 years. Okay. So before working with the remote staff, what challenges were you facing in hiring and scaling your team?
Well, cost is a big issue for us because we need to find the lowest cost for almost everything that we're doing because we're a small business, right? We're a family-run business. And so one of the
Mm,
reasons why we wanted to use remote workers was because of the cost and also the flexibility. And so that's the main reason was the cost. And a lot of our tasks are very admin heavy. And so I needed some admin staff to administer those
mhm,
tasks.
mm. How would you describe your hiring and onboarding experience with linkers?
Yeah, so the person that we had from Linkers was really, really good. She was always enthusiastic, never negative, never complaining. And so when we onboarded her, it was just easy. It was simple. We gave her Loom videos so that she could understand each task. And if she didn't understand, she would always come back and ask us questions. And so it seemed like she used her initiative a lot.
Mm. So how has having remote talent impacted your business or workflow?
Yeah, so it's helped us with our profit margins. It's helped me to be assured that the tasks are being done. And it's just given me peace of mind so that I don't have to worry about certain things.
Mm. So, can you share any noticeable improvements you have seen in her, in the remote worker?
And the remote worker herself.
Yes, like as an employer, like have you noticed any noticeable improvements in her ability to handle the admin related tasks?
Yeah, she obviously got a lot faster with the
Mm,
admin.
mm,
She asked a lot more questions. She seemed to understand the business a lot more. She was willing to take on a lot more things. In the end, we got her doing more than what we hired her for, and we ended up getting her doing a lot of different tasks. So she was always quite competent and quite available to do whatever was needed. And if I ever had a task that I thought, oh, I could pass this on right now. Who can I pass it on to? It was always to that person. She was always very good.
I see. So was there anything that exceeded your expectations?
Yeah, just the fact that she was just good in every way, and she was always happy to work. And I didn't know that hiring her would be so good, but it ended up just being a great fit for the company.
I see. So would you consider expanding your team with more remote talent?
Of course, yes, of course. I mean, the thing about remote talent is that, of course, you're not there to see what they're doing every day, but if you create the tasks so that it's almost impossible for you to
Mm,
have to supervise. For example, I would know if a task's not done because the task's not done, there's no result.
mm,
And so if you have these types of tasks where you have to have a result, and if there's no result, you know the task's not done, then you don't need to micromanage. You can just give the tasks out
mhm.
um and so yeah, I would hire much more remote staff, and just because it's very advantageous for the business.
Yes. So like before you started hiring the remote workers, were there any doubts about like how it would work, how it would turn out? Did you have any doubts about that?
To be honest, did I have any doubts? Try to think here. Well, you always, when you don't know someone, there's always some element of doubt. Like, even if you're
Mm,
hiring someone who's not remote, when you hire
mhm,
someone that's remote, I guess there's a bit more doubt because you don't see what they do every day. But like I said, I removed the element of doubt, and after a probation period, my doubts were removed anyway. So there was no real doubts. I guess doubts come when you think that they might be taking too long to do a task, but the worker that we got was very, very fast and very, very good. So yeah.
mhm. I see. Because the reason why I'm asking is a lot of companies, especially like when they are starting out the remote stuff, they have doubts about like, okay, what about the like data privacy, like, and what if they ran away? What if they don't show up anymore? So those kind of doubts appear. So that's why I just wanted to know if you had any kind of doubts before hiring the remote employees. So
Well,
like how? Yeah.
I'm quite organized. So the doubts that I had, I already fixed because I made sure that the tasks were not open, and
Mm,
so that's how I didn't have any doubts because I structured it
mm,
so that there was no
mm.
opportunity to have a doubt.
I see. So, like, what kind of advice would you give to the companies who are just thinking about starting to have offshore teams? What kind of advices would you give?
Well, the main benefit here is the cost savings. So instead of selling more stuff, you can just reduce your costs for your staff and have remote workers do the work for a fraction of the price of someone in your home country. So that's the main reason why I did that. And so of all the good things that happened with the actual worker, like how well they were and how good they were, the real benefit was just saving the money and getting the tasks done despite it's being the same job as what I would hire for somebody in my own country. So that's the main benefit. That's why I would recommend linkers because you basically save money and $500 a month in your pocket is better than $500 a month in somebody else's pocket. So that's the philosophy that I use.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing that. So would you recommend linkers to any other businesses?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think I have actually. So, but I can do it more if you want.
That would be great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts about remote hiring and recommending linkers. And we'll see you next time.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.